guys, welcome back to Embers and Ash. My name's Ashley, if you didn't know, and last week I came out with a video on my newborn essentials, so this week I wanted to talk to you guys about my newborn regrets. Not regretting my newborn, but like the gear that I regret. Should have rephrased that. So as Rook has been growing, I have very quickly realized which items are just garbage and I did not use, or just didn't function as I thought they would, or I just changed my preferences. So let's get into it. The first regret that I have is a travel wipes container. I bought this thinking how useful. You don't need to bring a whole pack of wipes with you when you're out and about. Turns out, as I said in my diaper bag video, I just don't need it or use it. I just bring a full pack of wipes with me and then I don't have to like refill my wipes as often. And I don't know why I didn't think that it's just an item that I don't need. The next regret that I have is buying a Velcro swaddle. So I went into motherhood thinking that I'm gonna swaddle my baby's arms down at night, and well, as per my nurse and midwife's advice, I'm not swaddling his arms down. So he just sleeps with his body swaddled, not his arms, so it really was just straight up a waste of money, but thankfully I was able to return my Velcro swaddle. The third item that I regret buying was a belly band. Not that I'm against them, but specifically the belly band that I bought for postpartum was too small, which I didn't need it because my belly went down on its own, but also the one that I bought didn't fit, which blows my mind because it was size small medium, and even when my belly had gone down quite a bit, it still didn't fit. So I'm like, who the heck is this supposed to fit? Anyways, I didn't use it. You might get use out of it, but I regret buying one. The next baby item that did not work out was a diffuser for my bedside light. So I don't regret buying the diffuser because I just have it in my home and it is a wonderful product, but I thought I could use the little light setting on it as my night light. Turns out it's way too dim. I still can't see anything. If you saw in my previous video, I found an awesome alternative night lamp that I am in love with, but yeah, just using the diffuser as a nightlight did not work. Next up, I bought some compostable wet bags for when I'm out and about with Rook. Having a bag to put any soiled clothes or dirty diapers in can be very useful, and I don't regret wet bags in general. I regret buying compostable ones because the first time I tried to use it and open up the bag, the bag fully ripped, and I tried to do another one and it fully ripped. I guess because it's compostable, it is very fragile, but it basically just didn't do its job. And it was a waste of money and I just had to throw them out. Well, not throw them out, but compost them, get rid of them is what I'm trying to say. I'm really disappointed about this next one, but that is a ring sling. I thought for sure that I would love a ring sling for my baby. They seem the most practical because you just like throw them on and put your baby in and you don't have to do the whole like knot tying thing. But I've tried it so many times. I've watched the tutorials online of how to put a baby in it, and Rook just screams the whole time he's in it. He's not comfortable, I'm not comfortable. This is just an amateur issue, but trying to like loosen the ring is really tricky, and especially when you have a crying baby, it's just stressful. And so I'm gonna sell mine on Marketplace because I just don't use it and I don't really feel like putting more effort into trying to learn how to use it when I have a carrier that I like using. So the next item I regret is diaper rash cream and diaper rash cream applicator. Now, diaper rash cream is very useful and there's a good chance that I will get use out of it if Rook ever gets a diaper rash, but I specifically got like the biggest container of it, and I also bought applicators for it because my understanding was that you put it on every diaper change, because I had no idea how to change a diaper. And so I asked my midwife and she's like, yeah, just use it if he has diaper rash. And I was like, oh, okay. So now I have this giant container of it and these applicators that I'm probably gonna use a handful of times in my life, or at least hopefully. I could have a kid that gets really bad diaper rash, but again, I just really don't need it right now, and I could have bought it in reaction to if anything were to happen. And as an alternative, I just use cornstarch on his bum every other diaper change, and he hasn't gotten a rash yet, so that's where I'm at. If you saw my baby gear haul, you saw that I bought this little duck. I'll go get it actually, I can show you. So I bought this little bath time duck that has an indicator on the bottom that shows if the water is too hot for your baby or not. And I said in that video that the review said that this indicator doesn't work super well, and sure enough, it's garbage. But I still bought it knowing that because it's still just like a cute bath toy either way. So I'm still keeping this, but it still just doesn't do its job, which is to tell me if the bath is too hot. Even at like very lukewarm temperatures, the indicator will kind of show up, and then when it's super hot, it still isn't that visible to say like, hey, watch out. So yeah, like the duck part is fun, the indicator is garbage. My next regret is my bassinet. So if you saw one of my previous vlogs, I showed you my bassinet, which is a Kidco bassinet, and it just did not work for us. And I don't know if it's necessarily the bassinet's fault or the fact that I bought it secondhand. It basically was just really sinky, and so Rook wasn't laying flat in it, and so he would like spit up a lot because it wasn't like a comfortable surface for him, and it just didn't look comfortable, and it was just like hard plastic essentially, and eventually he just refused sleeping in it, like would not go down. And so we had to put our full-size crib in the bedroom, and it takes up the whole walkway. Like, it's not a good system, but that's what we have to work with. So I regret getting a secondhand bassinet, and specifically this one that didn't work for us. And really, I should have just bought a brand new bassinet in the first place, especially since we want multiple kids and it'll hopefully last us through all those kids. I don't have the new bassinet yet, but it is arriving today, I'm pretty sure. And what we opted for was getting one of those bassinet attachments for our stroller. And so then we can use it at nighttime by the bed, and also take it out for walks in the park, etc. I also regret buying a breast pump. So everyone on YouTube talks about all the breast pumps they get because they get them for free with their insurance. I don't have that, so I didn't actually buy a proper electric breast pump, but I did buy a manual breast pump, and I don't regret it because like it's too much work, etc. I just haven't needed it. I used the Haka silicone breast pump on the opposite boob while I'm feeding, and that has given me a lot of milk. Like, I have a pretty good stash going in the freezer, and so I just haven't needed the manual one. I am kind of glad that I have it as a just in case item, but like as a minimalist, I hate that I have a just in case item, and I would have rather just gone out and bought it if I ever need it, if my supply is going down or whatever happens. So yeah, I kind of regret buying that pump. I also regret buying the Milky's milk catcher. So I bought this to catch my letdown when I am out and about, because you have to monitor the Haka and make sure that the suction doesn't go and like milk spills everywhere. So the Milky's one is convenient that it just sits in your bra, but it has this giant case, and you know what, I'm gonna just show you because I have it. So this is it. It does the job well. It just has flaws. One of them being how big this container is to go in your diaper bag. Very inconvenient. It also doesn't have any way to set it down, so I have to always carry it, which is really inconvenient when you have a baby in your arms and you also have to hold this at the same time and find somewhere to pour it out. Yes, you could just keep it in your bra until you're ready to pour it out, but I was so paranoid that I would forget that it's in there and like lean over and spill milk all down my shirt. So it was just such a hassle to use this. My alternative is this milk catcher by the brand Haka as well, and just look at the size difference. Like, yes, this is in a case and I could just not bring the case, but even still, like, it's so much smaller but still holds a lot of fluid, and it has little feet on it so you can set it down and you can suction it to your boob so that it won't leak even if you bend over. This is just way better. This was a waste of $30. My next regret is having a bedside change station. Specifically, I had bought an extra travel change pad for changing Rook's diapers at night on the bed. I don't blame myself for buying this stuff because it seems the most convenient to do it on the bed, but especially having a boy who will just pee everywhere when you take the diaper off. Changing a diaper on a bed is very stressful, and it turns out that I just walk Rook over to the nursery every night and change his diaper on the Kikaroo change pad. It's just way easier, way cleaner. I don't need that bedside change station. And the last newborn product regret that I have is this head pillow. I'm really bummed about this because I was so excited about it, but since day one, Rook hates this. Like, he does not want his head in this. He'll just cry. I don't know if it's because it like props his neck up or if he likes to have full mobility, because this kind of sets his head in one spot and that's it. I was really excited about this because it can prevent the flat head, but at least as of his 6-week midwife appointment, his head is still fully round, and he just likes full mobility. So maybe eventually I'll get use out of this, but as for a newborn, did not work out. So those are all my newborn items that I regret. I hope this is insightful for you guys and I can help save you some money by avoiding purchasing these things. If you haven't yet, go check out my newborn essentials to see what items I really have been loving for the newborn phase. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!